The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Coming after you.
That's great when they do that, because it's like it's both a really good cost saving method, as well as just a really good like tension builder as well.
It typically doesn't work so well if you imagine it's a graboid.
Or you imagine it as the my favorite one is always just to laugh about is if you imagine it to be the what are they called again? The from that one Stephen King movie, the fucking animated testicles.
Oh, the Langoliers?
Yes. I love that you knew exactly what I was talking about, Scotty. Thank you.
Mostly because there's a guy that has like a piece of paper, and for some reason, there's like no reason for it. Like there's no context for it. It doesn't foreshadow anything. He just has his eyes rolled back. Nice nose, Callie. And he's just like ripping tiny like vertical slivers of paper. And I always thought that was the most bizarre scene I've seen in a movie. So I never really forget that movie. But anyway,
they had cousin Valgg in there.
That's a compensation, or not a compensation. It's a method. Search for the C. I can't remember it. Anyways, there's a specific reason why he was doing that.
Oh, there was?
Yeah. The character was supposed to be... God damn it, I can't remember the fucking word for it. It's something that a lot of people will do that have anxiety when they're trying to ground themselves.
Oh, it's a pacifying method.
Yes. Effectively trying to pacify himself to keep himself from freaking the fuck out.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's a coping mechanism.
Coping. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It's a coping mechanism. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Well, as you can see, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties on one side here, but we have been live for a little bit. So hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden. Valgg, if you can't get your camera working, it's okay. We can just go with audio.
Yeah.
When we last left off, the group had followed the signal that Prism had been hearing mentally for the past few days, nonstop 24/7. Or should I say 24/10 in Forgotten Realms, because they go by 10-day weeks. Anyway, the nerdy lore shit aside, the signal led to a crashed, weird Neolithic-looking ship. Apparently it's like a flying ship. And inside they found these weird creatures. They were gnome-sized and they spoke gnomish. But, well, the ones that could speak spoke gnomish. But they had purple skin and they had tentacles for mouths. And apparently they had brought Prism here to begin with. And they said that they needed a Scion Stone in order to get the engines working again in their ship. And they were willing to trade their weapons for it. So after a bit of weird things here and there, somebody rolling a nat 1 on a trying to think really hard check, making one of the dumber creatures in the ship blow up. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought something was about to happen.
Valgg hugged it to death.
The group was successful in making a diplomatic trade, and they were on their way out. But as they got about 100 feet out, they seen the distance in the snow. There's something underneath, and just going closer and closer and closer to them. So, we go back to that scene. You guys are about 100 feet out from the from this weird ship, and something big is plowing through the deep snow, heading your direction. The only thing you can really see outside the snow is a shiny dorsal ridge that breaks the snow surface.
That's pretty cool.
So this thing is aggressively coming at us.
Yes. What do you all want to do?
Here, boy. Come here.
You said it was how far out?
About 120 feet out when you first notice it, but it's coming
Wild.
fast.
Wild is drawing her gun just to be ready if it does attack.
How are we set up? Like, how are we arranged?
However, you guys walked out of there. I won't
Wild
be picky.
was the last
whatever.
I know Wild was the last one to leave, I think. Or she was the first one. I can never remember which one.
There's no cover. You're out in the open snow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was actually being serious. I want to act as if I'm calling a dog to myself. However, on the off chance my plan backfires horribly, I do want to prepare Misty Step. If it's aggressive in any way, I want to be able to bamf out of there. But I do actually want to call this thing to me like it's a pet.
In that case, hey Val, can you get ready to throw me at it?
Huh?
River wants you to try to throw them at whatever's coming at you guys.
Oh, sure.
I know you're kind of busy on your end.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. So, on that note, I'm going to have everybody roll initiative. Since you all are doing things.
We're doing things?
We're doing things.
Wow.
And stuff.
And stuff and things. The moment when you look at your dice and you see a completely different color somehow.
It's a 14 for Rowan.
Oh, okay. Wait. 14. All right. How about Wild?
1 second. 21.
Nice. How about Periwinkle?
6.
All right. And Dr. River?
13.
And Prism? And Prism?
Damn it, Callie myself. 21.
Okay. I was about to say Bueller. Okay, which one of you has the better dexterity? I'm assuming Wild.
I have a +5 to my dex.
Yeah.
I have a +6 now, mine.
You can actually do that, by the way. I'm not going to tell you how, because then somebody will probably want to
I mean,
pursue it at all costs.
She probably already knows how to do it.
I already
Yeah.
know how to do it.
Yeah.
I've gotten a character with a +20 to my check before.
That's ridiculous. And Valgg, what did you get on your initiative?
8.
Okay, hey, you're not last. So Wild. You don't have to. Technically, combat hasn't started, and rip. Luckily, I have prepared for this.
Hey.
Look at that! Whoa! It just immediately switched with no repercussions. Anyway, so Wild.
Yes.
Prism's like whistling at it and trying to get it to come near. You don't have to do anything right now. I know you got your guns out and you're ready.
I've got my guns out and ready, but I'm just gonna hold action. Yeah, there's no point in me shooting at it if Prism's trying to offering themselves to be the first meal.
Okay, and in that case, then it would be Prism's turn. Prism, you're doing that action and you're ready in the Misty Step, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Let me know if I need to roll animal handling or anything.
Okay. Rowan, do you do anything?
I'm just going to hold an action to throw one of my axes, I guess. If it tries to hurt Prism in a way that doesn't seem like a plan, the plan's going according to plan.
Plans. Got it. And Dr. River, are you gonna do anything?
Not unless this thing is hot stuff, but Prism can't do it to go with the hit.
It's
kind of being yeeted.
In terms of speed, it's moving at you guys at about 40 feet per round. So it's really scooting under this snow. Like it'll be on you in the next turn, if not this turn. If it keeps going at this pace.
Well, in place of until Valgg gets back, I'll just say that I'll flank out to the side, 30 feet.
Okay, so you get the F out of the way. So then, on its turn, a creature comes flying out of the snow. It's the best way to describe it. It's kind of like a reptilian rhino, but instead of a horn, its head is almost like bullet-shaped, and it's just pointed at the front, and it moves back. I got a picture for you guys. But,
Thought it was spade shaped.
spade-shaped. That's a better description. But this leaps out of the snow, and everybody except for Lluis, Valgg, because he's not here, and Dr. River
Oh, I know this boy.
need to give me
Nice.
either a strength or dexterity saving throw. You get to choose.
The strength is better for me, hopefully. Yep. I need to stop throwing with such force.
Gonna go with Dex because that's a dirty 20.
Did you want to have your action go off where you just misty step 30 feet away?
Is it hostile? Does it look like it's gonna try and
It
bite at my
leaped out of
jugular?
the air and it's lunging at you guys in its huge size.
I feel like it's hostile.
Yeah.
I-
So that's
Mouth open. Just-
The intent here was not to move out of the way if it's not going to.
It appears very hostile.
God damn it! Yeah. I'll Misty step 30 back.
Okay, you don't need to worry about the saving throw then.
say 21 on the save
Okay.
from Rowan.
Okay. How about Periwinkle?
17.
Nice.
Nice.
And how about Wild?
28 or 26. I mean,
Okay, you all pass. So as this thing comes crashing into you from with its deadly leap, hashtag deadly leap, TM, you aren't knocked prone, but you are pushed 5 feet out of the way a little bit, and you take 14 damage. That's a mix of bludgeoning and slashing damage.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Is that half for making a save? Or
That's the half.
Jeez. Okay.
How much damage was it again? Sorry, my
14.
14.
All right.
As it lands right next to you guys. And it
All
looks
right.
at you all and you hear like a but it's like low and guttural because it's bigger than a horse. Like I said, it's like a rhino-sized creature.
It would have been dead.
You think it definitely would have knocked somebody prone and probably knocked them quite a ways if they didn't
Just would have
make
just
the check.
tapped and it would have just nested them with a baseball bat there. Just home ran that bat.
And then immediately after them, I guess I'll have to skip Valgg for now. We'll go to Periwinkle. So Periwinkle, it's right next to you because you got junted just a little, like 5 feet away. Actually, everybody that had to make a check, just roll me a d20 and just tell me the flat result.
6.
20.
13.
Okay, Periwinkle, you are next to Wild, but Rowan's on the opposite side of this creature.
Okay.
You're all within
going-
5 feet.
I'm like, it's really cute, but I don't think it is friendly. And then I'm gonna rage.
You're angry that it's so cute that you're gonna have to
it's
kill
so
it.
cute, I gotta kill it.
You see its big mole-like claw talons that it uses for burrowing.
I don't know.
It's so
if
fluffy, it's gonna die.
I don't. Oh, you.
That's not how the quote goes.
Top of it's covered in dirt and snow.
So okay, so I take my axe and I go and I swing down, and as soon as that wild magic surge hits, I teleport 30 feet away.
So you don't get to do your attack.
No,
I
she
know.
gets. I assume, yeah, you don't get to even do your attack. You just rage and then teleport.
You teleport up to 30 feet in an unoccupied space you can see. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again on each of your
Ooh.
turns as a bonus action.
Teleport. See if you can teleport
Well,
30 feet. You can.
You choose where you teleport within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if you can dive bomb it.
So do you teleport 30 feet away, or do you teleport above it as you're swinging?
Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. I'll say like
Dive
right
bomb
above
it.
it, so you don't take fall damage.
I
Dive
think
bomb it.
she's just like for a minute, and then she's like, okay, I'll just work with it, and then she'll try to hit.
Okay, roll to hit.
I'm going to first say that I am recklessly attacking, and also,
I would expect nothing less
I'm-
from plunging from above.
yeah, I'm going to take the -5 penalty to add +10 to the attack's damage. So, with Great Axe, it is for the first attack. Oh, I get an advantage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So the +1, 19.
That
That hit.
hits.
Okay.
So you swing, and the axe goes to hit, and you actually don't get through its shell itself, the chitin. And it as your momentum goes from the falling, the axe actually slides into the wedge and cuts into flesh.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Ooh. So it's 10 + 10 because I took the penalty, and then +3, so it's 23.
Okay.
that's
Blood
just-
splatters all over you.
That's just the first attack, and I'm on the back of it, and I'm going to recklessly attack. Can I recklessly attack on my second attack?
No, only
I
your
think it's
first
just
Is
the
it
attack.
only
first
the
one.
first attack?
Okay.
It's only the first attack.
I thought it was for until your next turn, because then why would the enemies be able to have advantage on you too?
Because 1 second, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it's just for the first attack.
You don't need to roll any checks or anything, but that does so much damage to it that it actually like haunches onto its back legs, and it makes that noise, that weird alien noise again. As you can see, it's like trying to get you off of it.
Okay. So.
Okay, so it is all, but it's only you can only declare it on your first attack.
Got it.
Oh, it's all. Okay.
So you
it's
have
the
to
entire
at the
thing.
very beginning of your turn.
Yeah, so you
gotta-
can't make an attack and then go, oh, I'm going to recklessly attack with this one.
Okay. I
makes sense.
definitely didn't hit. It was 10. Does a 10 hit?
With a 10, I'll say you were struggling to get your axe out of it while getting shaken by it, and the next one you try to get in that spot, and it was just moving around too much, and you couldn't get it.
Okay. Okay.
And you're pretty much rodeoing on its back.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
You know what? Why not?
Next turn?
No, on its turn, we'll have
Oh,
we'll
okay.
have something. So, I'm sorry, I don't know how long he's been in the waiting room. Hopefully, not too long. This is good because then it can be his turn once he joins. Maybe. There he is. Okay. So, real quick, Lluis. I'm not sure if you can hear us yet. Sorry if you were in the waiting room a long time. I was kind of busy.
Yes.
Okay. So that creature I put in the Discord
Mhm.
lunged into the air and tried to attack everybody. For the sake of convenience, you were just out of the way. But everybody else that was in the way of its deadly leap attack was able to move enough that they didn't take the full brunt of it. Periwinkle ran up to it and raged, and because they raged, they are able to teleport 30 feet wherever they want. So Periwinkle
Nice.
teleported right above and plunged attacked on it and did a whole bunch of damage on one of her attacks as she attacked recklessly. And with that, I would say it's your turn, Lluis. It's like right in front of you.
Okay, then I'll just attack it.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, I assume you're using. I'm trying to remember. Do you have a battle axe?
Oh no, longsword.
Your longsword. So you swing your longsword, and as it's distracted by Periwinkle, so you get it on the underbelly when it like gets up onto its back legs, so you
Yeah.
can roll damage. Dommage.
Mosh. Okay, 12 damage. Slashing.
Okay.
And the hoofs. I forgot. That's 21.
21 does hit.
Okay, 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I will mark it.
Nice.
That's it.
So immediately, Valgg and Periwinkle definitely get the jump on this thing that jumped on you guys. Then we go back around to Wild. So Wild, it's right next to you.
So, anyways, it started blasting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just break out my shotgun, take a shot at it. That first. 25 to hit.
You shoot it, and the projectile goes through its hard chitin shell.
Sweet, and I beat it by over 5, I assume.
Actually, let me check. Yes.
I assume that, considering how high I rolled, but I would like to double check.
It's really heavily armored, so I had to make sure.
Yeah. All right, so it takes 10 points of damage.
Okay.
First attack.
Okay.
Uh,
Its blood is all over the snow at this point. And I'd say everyone that was within 5 feet definitely has at least some bit of its blood on you.
14 to hit for the second attack.
Is this with the shotgun?
Yes, I'm double barrel shotting it.
Okay. We could say thematically they both shot at once.
Yeah.
Technically, the second one didn't hit,
Okay.
but
so it
we'll
just
say
kind of
both shots
ricocheted.
did that total.
All right, and then I'm going to more or less just smack it with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, and that's a 1d6 plus 5. So that's 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to back up 10 feet from it. I have mobile, so it doesn't get an AOO.
Interesting. This thing, you guys are killing the crap out of it. So then after you, it is Prism's turn.
So it's looking pretty bad off.
Yeah, it's definitely bleeding a lot. But not a death's door. You think it's gone from the offensive to maybe trying to run away. If it gets the chance.
Okay. It is a free action to talk, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I do still want to kind of try to pacify. It's like, sit, boy. Bad boy, sit.
All right. Roll me an anal handling check.
Yay. 19?
It completely ignores you. As it has a bunch of things hurting it really bad right now.
Piss. Well,
You're
I
thinking
hate to-
it's more distracted than anything else.
Yeah, well, I hate to do much else, but just a second. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Well, toll of the bells, I guess.
Ding ding.
I need a cute. I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, it's good at that.
It's a very wise beast.
Yes, it is. That's why I charged you guys. 11.
Fails. and takes 22 necrotic damage as the bells toll for it.
Okay. It seems to its movements seem to slow tremendously. Periwinkle, you can feel on it as its muscles maybe not wanting to do it purposely, but they seem to ease up just because, and maybe shudder a bit from all the pain it's been receiving.
Are we sure we want to kill it?
And then it is maybe Rowan's turn. Was that everything for Prism?
Yeah, that was everything.
Okay.
Okay. So this thing just obviously looks really, really messed up.
Oh, it's
And
bloodied, but just barely bloodied.
all right. What do I want to do here? You know what? I'm going. Is Perry still on its back?
Yep.
I'm going to let's see. Is this an action or? Oh, it's a bonus action. All right. First things first. I'm going to give inspiration to Perry and just shout. Even if we do end up killing this thing, that was a really, really awesome, awesome move you just did. Definitely gonna put that in a ballad. Give you some inspiration.
What dice is it?
That is a D8. You can add that to an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check if you're within 10 minutes. For the next 10 minutes. Or you can use it, we have to use it within 10 minutes.
Harry's eyes just go like that star like sparkle, like yeah.
And Rowan just smirks and just goes, "You better catch up with her there, Valgg. She might overshadow your tail, Sleipnirson." And I'm just going to. Who looks hurt right now?
Everybody.
Who looks hurt the worst?
Good question.
Actually, no, I can't. I already used my bonus action.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
What? It's
Sure,
well
I'll-
within movement.
I'll just take a swipe at it.
Okay.
Let's see. Hand axe. Say 22. No, that's 22. 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And now, 6 damage. Non-magical.
Okay. You slash it, and it almost like falls prone, and it like gets itself back up.
Right, like I get it behind one of the ankles and just cause it to buckle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's turn.
it's starting to breathe heavy as it is River's turn.
I'll join the Trans-Siberian Orchestra with Prism and also toll the bells.
Ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ooh.
No, it's River. It's time for some tests. Shoot the subjects.
Ooh. I'm sorry, River. This might pass. How does a 5 sound?
Check this. I believe it fails.
All right, then how much
Wow, I
damage?
must be close.
So close.
19.
Okay, and with the ding of the bell, it falls to the ground, and the breathing slows to a rasp, and that is no more. As it
Copy,
continues to
Kobold.
bleed out. End of initiative.
All right.
Periwinkle's still on top of it.
So with the survival check, is anything of this thing valuable?
Roll survival. Or nature if you want to know if you might know what it is, I guess.
While they're doing that, Rowan's just gonna go and just offer to help Periwinkle off the thing.
21 survival.
You think its chitin could be usable to make armor, but you definitely do not have the tools to salvage it correctly for it to be usable in that manner. Besides that, I guess the meat.
I think we're still good on rations right now.
If you really if you really wanted to, I'll say there's a big enough piece that you could probably make like a makeshift shield. And unfortunately, it would work like a normal shield. It just cosmetically would be kind of cool.
Do we know what this thing is even?
That would be a nature or arcana check.
They're about the same. It's 13.
You think you've heard of this kind of creature before? In far off lands? The only name you've really heard for it is a land shark. And they use their powerful claws to tunnel through the earth when they hunt. And they uproot trees, cause landslides on loose slopes, and leave sinkholes. They're a huge menace to a lot of agricultural places. They usually don't survive there very long because high bounties usually go up on land sharks if they're in those kind of areas. But they are definitely predators, and they are very aggressive.
Yeah. Once Rowan's held Perry off top of it, she just sort of stoops and examines some of the face. She takes the side of what's jaw and just sort of angles it as best she can. She goes, I don't know much about this thing. We don't have these in my region, at least not where my village is. But from what I've heard traveling around, people pay a good price for killing these things. Land sharks are a bit of a menace. She looks over at the group. Maybe if we take some proof of it, like claws or a bit of its hide, we can get a bounty for it back at 10 towns.
I would say you scored high enough on nature to know this thing should not be here at all.
Yeah,
it's like seeing a mammoth in the desert. You know, it's like why is this here?
Right. So if the 10 towners learn that we stopped something from this from taking root here, perhaps they'll get a bounty for it.
How heavy is the whole thing?
Oh, it's. I'm trying to think how heavy
yeah.
a rhino is, and then add insect chitin to scale with a rhino. So it's literally like this thick.
You might be able to take care
It's
of
like
that,
2
Lluis.
centimeters thick of chitin.
Comically, can I be like an old British huntsman? I've got my pith helmet and my rifle just standing beside it, waiting for my picture to be taken.
I mean, that head
Sure.
looks like a shield. I would like.
Bully.
The weight of an adult rhino is between 1,720 pounds to 3,080 pounds.
It would probably be double or even triple that, considering how dense the armor is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Have you had your protein today?
The shield itself thematically would look almost like Havel's Great Shield, and it would probably be around that heavy.
It's like a tower shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Might be able to take the top faceplate of it off.
I mean, I am mounted. I can use mounted weapons.
Hmm,
It would go good with a lance.
Yeah.
for sure.
What's your strength?
18.
Okay, you think you would be hypothetically, if it was made into a shield, you would be able to wield it. But
strong.
none of you are
Yeah.
weaponsmiths, I assume, armor smiths, and don't have the tools to make such a thing. It's more of getting it more balanced and making a nice, decent handle for it. It wouldn't just be a handle for here; it would actually go on your forearm because this would be a very big shield.
I can't believe I'm actually 2 points stronger than you.
Yeah, I went with the point by thing.
That makes sense.
So, as you sit here, a blizzard starts to come up.
Well, now that we got your head interference taken care of, Prism, you want to go to head towards town and then head towards the signal?
How close are we to that, by the way, the signal?
The
For the,
signal
um,
was the ship.
No,
Oh.
I'm
The signal for my
Oh, that's a few days travel. Like you guys were a few days out of 10 towns. This is around the same distance in the opposite direction from 10
start heading
towns.
back to 10 towns anyway. And
yeah.
Yes,
What's a-
we need to warn 10 towns about what's
Mecha
going to
Dragon.
happen.
Yeah. What's the closest town to us again? Is it?
It would be East Haven.
Yeah, East Haven. It's a big enough city. They can get someone to the other. Yeah, at least a runner or some kind of magic to the other ones to make them aware.
You would also remember that the simulacrum of that wizard said the actual version of him was heading to East Haven.
We might be able to link up with them too. Let them know what happened to their weight and the simulacrum. Rowan kind of looks a little sad remembering that.
Your hand's still very pink and red. I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. She just like clenches the fingers and unclenches them and just looks a mixture of just remorseful and just upset, just angry. But it quickly passes as she just sort of like shakes it off. But I agree. We should restock and either get the bounty for this thing and maybe make it a shield. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna
And,
chop the head off.
I'll help out.
I would say with River's check, you guys can, and that's when you guys would realize it does not have a skeleton. It is definitely exoskeleton.
Oh, neat.
That's a lot of meat in here.
Have any of you had crab or lobster?
Yes.
It's like a more gross version of that.
do we have any garlic butter?
Does Periwinkle
you're
have that
based-
spice?
You're based off of a Brit, so you wouldn't know what flavoring is.
Me?
Yeah, I keep forgetting which campaigns have given out the spice in.
Periwinkle does not have the spice. I think that you're thinking of probably either Serene or Airly.
Gotcha.
The spice must flow.
I could say because Serene did have it. Like I could say she has like a little bit of it, but that's up to you.
Roll me a d100.
Oh, where is my other? Hey, give me a second. Hang on. $60. Wait, 6. 6.
6?
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely don't have any.
Cool. No,
That-
they used it all before she was born.
That was an extreme in the wrong direction.
Yeah, no, I rolled the 00 and then a 6.
So they probably ran out like years before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the years in between that we skipped or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dang. That sucks.
Is the blizzard blowing towards the towns or away from the towns?
you're not sure. You can only see within 10 feet. Okay, so blizzards don't just like, it's not wind going one direction. It's wind literally constantly churning and changing in every direction.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ship still here?
That
Oh, it's gone.
That you could see before the blizzard started, yes.
The ship also left us a while ago, too.
You guys were about 100 feet away.
Oh, so it did take off last time.
Uh-huh.
Did it leave behind any impressions that we can take shelter in?
You start heading back in that direction, and you can just barely vaguely make out its shape in the newly churning snow from the blizzard. Besides that, there's nothing really here. You do have your fancy, weird alien devices they gave you. They called them laser pistols.
Maybe we could stack them together.
What kind of weapon is that? Like it's counts as like an exotic weapon or something like that?
I
Is
assume
that-
it
you
counts
don't-
as a firearm.
You don't know what it is.
Okay,
Wild
like-
look. Wild
it's like a new
looks at-
category.
It looks kind of like the weapons Wild uses, and Wild's using some very advanced stuff. It looks like weapons Wild uses, but Wild uses very advanced technology.
Wild looks at them. It looks at them, kind of like with the like the cat. When cats look at something they just really don't like,
Hmm.
and just kind of goes, pitiful imitation.
I mean, it has a point and a trigger. It's probably like a half invisible crossbow.
Wild, you're not sure where the parts start and end. It almost seems like it's one solid piece of material.
Oh, so it doesn't have a trigger.
Guys, please Riz. I have a laser pistol.
Okay, 2 pieces. You see a trigger.
Okay.
It's a pitiful. It's a pitiful mockery of my guns.
It's probably a boomerang. Have you tried that?
I don't think it's a boomerang.
There wasn't
Maybe
any,
you should try it.
wasn't any mountains or anything that we can shelter at, was there? On the way here.
Nope.
Like this, yeah, that'd be going down in this.
Yeah, the impression used as a foxhole.
Yeah.
We
You
can do
notice
that and-
you notice the air steaming around the dead creature as it was just killed recently.
I thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Prism like that.
It looks just big enough to hold 3 or 4 of you.
Get in the shark.
But you'd have to remove some bits of it first.
No,
Doesn't
let's not. It's only lukewarm.
right? Doesn't Prism have the
No.
tiny hut?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Prison have tiny hut?
Yep.
But that doesn't protect from the cold?
Yes,
It
it
does.
does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it's from. Oh, okay, yeah.
It has its
protects
own
from everything.
internal atmosphere, if I recall.
Awesome.
Do you spend 10 minutes going habidi habidi hibidaha as you do the ritual version, or are you going to spend a spell slot?
No, I want to let them freeze.
Okay. Prism, Periwinkle, and Wild just stand there, while everybody else is shivering violently, aka River
Rowan
and
is-
Valgg.
Rowan isn't.
Oh, didn't I say you were just didn't I mention you in the group that's just standing there?
No.
No, you didn't.
Oh, whoops, I meant to.
Can I cover
Sorry.
myself in the owl bear fur I have?
Yes, it helps.
Get in the shark.
We don't need to get into the shark. We have the.
No, I'm with her. Get in the shark.
They're not good. They're
Oh.
not gonna do it.
I don't
Periwinkle,
think
give
you
me
need
an
to get
insight
shark.
check.
Don't forget you have inspiration.
I don't need it. I got a natural 20.
Nice.
We might be making jokes about this, but for those of you that can't survive in the warmth, it actually probably be a really good place to be until until the cold dies down, the blizzard
I
dies down.
know. That's what I'm saying. If Prism isn't going to do the tiny hut, then get in the shark.
I'm honestly just waiting to see if they're actually going to do it. or not.
But
Wait
have
until
you
the-
have you tried to stuff a horse inside of a rhino?
Let's try
I
it.
don't think that works.
And that's how babies are made.
I would be more than willing to shrink Valgg down to see if he would actually do this before worrying about the tiny hut.
You know that only lasts a minute, right?
Still be
Yeah.
funny as hell.
Wild is actively looking at Prism like expectantly.
And Prism looks at you like she does not give a shit.
She just looks. You're going to be the one who freezes before me.
Probably. Still going to be worth it.
So be it. Wild goes to reload her guns. Just goes sits down in the snow, like in the indent. Just kind of lets Prism do her thing.
Really? Are we really gonna do this, guys?
I could threaten at gunpoint, but I don't think that'll be appreciated.
So you can threaten all you want. I can either choose not to, or you can pull the trigger and it'll never happen, period.
I mean, hey,
So I'm not exactly out of a
we
box
could
here.
we could stick River inside of the Prism body. One extra hole.
More rocks than organs. All right, fine. I'll cast Tiny Hut. I'll take the 10 minutes. Actually, wait, are we betting down for a long rest?
Yeah. Well, we might as well. Who knows how
Yeah.
long this is going to take. You can just take the 10 minutes just in case, but
Mhm.
Well, I haven't used the spell slot of that height anyways, so
By the way, you guys are talking at much higher volumes because the wind is howling.
Yeah.
What?
oh wait, no, I apologize. I only have it as a ritual. I don't have it as a spell.
well, there we go.
10 minutes it is anyways.
So as I cover my horse part with the owlbear belt, my human part will get inside the head of the shark,
The image of that. Oh my fucking god.
and I will sit on the floor, like whenever you're ready, guys.
You know what? I'm gonna roll for this. Give me a moment. It actually smells worse than you thought it would.
You thought it smelled bad on the outside.
It didn't really have a smell on the outside.
Exactly.
The tongue
Yep.
tickles.
I apologize. I think me being in a not so great situation is affecting the game. I apologize. I don't
No,
mean to
you're
be
fine.
It's all good.
You're perfectly fine.
No.
So, after a while, Prism gets the ritual cast of the hut, which almost immediately turns into an igloo from the amount of snow. And I guess all of you that need to, well, I think everybody can fit inside, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Valgg goes in, and it immediately smells horrible the second the humanoid part of Valgg goes into the hut.
Prestidigitate, prestidigitate, prestidigitate. Just constantly get him clean the air. Yeah.
He looks like he's covered in the same viscosity of like maple syrup, but it's red.
How close is the tiny hut to the corpse?
I don't know. It's up to Prism.
It would not be covering the corpse, but it would be close enough that Valgg wouldn't have to move very far.
Well, that's what I meant. If it was like beside it, but not around it.
I love the idea that you created the hut around me.
Sorry, but no.
Oh,
No, you would have to shift a little bit to get away from the corpse before you crawled into the tiny hut.
no, but I got the head,
With the extreme cold,
so I'm not that close to the
Okay,
corpse.
I would say the head weighs 100 pounds. No, not
Okay.
100 pounds. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna go with 30. But if
30.
it
No.
gets fashioned into a shield, it'll be 20.
Okay, 100 actually sounds fine for the head because it's like one third.
Not for a shield. You're not carrying. I don't care how strong you are. You're not going to be able to effectively use a shield that's 100
Oh no
pounds.
no, but I mean the whole head with the meat and the jaw and the bottom part and everything.
Oh, you're taking the whole shebang, like the eyeballs and everything. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with 100.
Yeah, we will shrink it down later.
all right. So,
You go to take your long rest.
well, I was going to ask, would the extreme blizzard, cold blizzard, affect the undead?
You just remember that your undead is there, and everyone looks over, and it's like already like freezing over, and it has like snow on it, and it just doesn't care.
Looks like Jack Nicholson from The Shining, just frozen in the snow.
Yeah, actually, but standing up, and it can still move. So like when you move a little bit, River, it like goes to follow you, and it looked like it was like frozen solid, but then it just like goes to follow you.
Well, I was going to say, if we're going to be taking a long rest here, I'm going to have it stay outside the tiny bubble on guard duty.
You're thinking now that it's like been dead for a while. You're thinking maybe It doesn't have whatever weird influence on it anymore. Like, it's not talking anymore. It's just a normal zombie.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna get ready to take a long rest, he's gonna be on guard duty, and before I go down, I was gonna spend an hour to put a glyph of warding on him.
A glyph of warding. That costs
Yes.
money.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't put it on anything moving.
It wouldn't be.
What is it?
moving.
300 gold worth of ruby powdered?
200 gold pieces worth of diamond powder.
That's what it was.
Mhm.
Sorry.
And I don't. You can only cast it on. You can't cast it on creatures,
It has to be a
That's
flat surface.
and not even just. It has to be a surface or an object.
I was gonna cast it on the mace.
Yeah, you wouldn't be moving with it, so it would not work.
Yeah, it needs to be stationary.
It is gonna be stationary. If anything gets close to it,
I don't think this zombie's going to hold it perfectly steady. It's not steady.
Yeah.
Steady hands make
Okay.
soap face.
Okay, to go on River's defense, if you have the zombie literally just lay lifelessly on the ground and let snow cover it, you could put the rune on it, and it doesn't move until the glyph goes off. But it will be in the range of the glyph. Like, the glyph will actually affect it too. But regardless of it's hypothetical, I know you don't have the material to make a glyph, unfortunately. So you can, since you probably didn't think of that ahead of time, I'll allow you to switch out that spell that you have readied, if you want.
I just want. I'll just still have him on defensive guard duty, so we can sleep.
Okay, so he's just, do you command him to just stand out there, or?
Stand on guard.
Okay. And no one else is going to be on guard because the zombie's on guard, right? The highly perceptive zombie.
Rowan doesn't trust the
Neither is Wild.
Rowan doesn't trust the what she refers to as a trogger, so she's going to take a shift to keep an eye on it and also look out at the blizzard to see if anything's going on there.
I'm already asleep.
So, Scotty,
Yeah.
the dome is opaque from the outside, and of any color you choose, I would just make it white and completely invisible in a blizzard.
Yep.
I do have another question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Would it take attunement for those pistols? Because I know I have one of them.
No. Do any of you want to try to figure out how the heck these pistols work?
Yep.
Wild sits there watching you guys as she makes sure her pistols are all clean.
While these are alien even for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you would get advantage. I would say you get advantage on these checks, but it would still be a check regardless.
As she's watching, I want to see what would I roll for this?
Okay, so why don't we, while you're watching, maybe, and then you can roll.
All right.
I gotta pull up the rules again because it's learning how to use alien technology rules, which never really get used that much, and it's kind of disappointing because I actually.
It's
like
a really
having
cool
it.
rule.
It's something I feel like magic items should have.
Yeah.
You know, if you're trying to learn, instead of just like you stare at it for an hour and you just suddenly know everything about it. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, so. With D&D Beyond, anything's possible. Here we go. All right, so this will be an intelligence check. It will be straight up just a D20 plus your intelligence modifier.
This me or Wild?
For you, Prism, since you'd be the first one.
I'm just watching you.
Essentially, what you're doing with this is you're trying to figure out how exactly it works, what it does, how you would use it effectively. You know, so you don't, I don't know, like shoot yourself or something.
Shoot your eye out.
17.
Okay. You are able to. You are able to figure out that it does shoot like wilds, but you can also tell that there's actually It's only visible when you have your hand, a finger on the trigger itself. But when you aim down it, you can actually see like a light appear that only you see, and it appears to be like almost like a laser pointer, and you can see where it's pointing. So you need, since this is a simple item, you need 2 successes. So I'll need another intelligence check.
Ready?
Well, in the corner, Rowan's going to just be playing her lyre and grant some bardic inspiration. So add a d8 to that if you want to.
I don't think I'm going to need to with a 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay. You quickly figure out how to use this thing. So it is a laser pistol, and I'm trying to find the stats for it.
I'm a wizard that doesn't have any offensive spells, but I have this gun.
I cast gun.
Okay, so as an action, you can fire the laser pistol. Its damage is 3d6 radiant. The range is 40 feet, and then long range is 120, giving you disadvantage on the on anything past 40. But you can use your dexterity for the to hit modifiers. And what else is there?
Ironically, it's not my first strapped wizard.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, Blake.
I mean, you know the other one.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Yep.
But it's not a surprise in the slightest.
I find it slightly ironic, though.
Wait,
Given
but
it's you.
So what, Lluis?
doesn't it have like reload property or something? Because then it's broken on a fighter.
You do not see any form of ammunition. You're not actually sure where it gets the energy to fire with.
And it's also US. It's not that broken on a fighter, considering, well, yes, you can do a lot of attacks. It's also very ridiculously swingy.
But since actually, Prism, since you got so high in the second check, you do notice on the side of it there are 30 tiny little dots on it.
Ooh.
And you think that might be the ammunition.
Oof. Well, I mean, 30 rounds in a mag.
30 rounds is a 30 round shot.
Good Lord, do I have a belt-fed pistol?
Yes.
And Wild.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You have advantage because you already have firearms proficiency.
All right. First one is a 19.
Okay. You figure out the balance of it pretty well, and you figure out about the aiming sights and everything.
Second one is a nat 20.
With the nat 20, you are a pro. You can quadruple wield them, and you're General Grievous now. No, I'm kidding.
That's what I have my tail for.
Now you just
Yeah.
okay.
More or less the same.
It's a gun, and you definitely know for sure that is 30 shots to it, and you have a feeling that the energy source is like inside of it, and that it would have to be recharged somehow, or it's just not usable anymore.
Probably throw it into the fire like a las pistol.
The most alien thing for you for those intelligence checks is more of like, where is the projectile?
Mm-hmm.
And you obviously wouldn't be like, huh, where's that?
Where's that? Oh. You're welcome for that one, Scotty.
Wow.
Anyway, inspiration point for a while. Fuck it.
Fun fact.
Since you got a nat 20, I'm gonna say you do that comically as a joke, but you were so good with firearms that you don't hurt yourself.
That was hot.
I think we broke Callie now.
Oh, it was hot.
I say as I turn around and use the invisible chest as my pillow.
Fun fact, in one of my other campaigns I played in, we had a character who was not familiar, and this was in 3.5 where the game fucking hates you. So he accidentally killed himself with this pistol.
Oh shit.
He just had no clue what it was. which is brutal by the GM. Don't do that. It's really mean.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let's go head to bed. Whoever's on guard duty,
Is,
aside
any,
from
is anybody on guard duty, or are we just going to let the zombie handle it?
Wilds is, and I know Rowan is on guard duty at one point.
I
Yeah.
would like to as well because the last time I saw a deer with lightsabers as antlers, and I would like to see that if I can find that again.
All right, so there's 3 of us.
Okay, real quick, so I can put it on your character sheets in D&D Beyond. Who all is going to have the pistols? Because I can just put all 3 into Prism's inventory, and we can go from
Wild
there.
doesn't want one. She already has her own pistols.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that.
Yeah,
Like
I'll
she
take
said.
one.
A weak imitation.
Okay, let's see. Remember, you do not have proficiency with these. Even if you figured out how to use it, doesn't mean you're proficient. Wild technically would be the only one that could have proficiency, because they have proficiency in firearms. It's its own weapon type.
And I just don't have proficiency in one type. I have proficiency in all firearms.
Okay, so for now, I'm going to put 2 laser pistols in Prism's inventory and 1
Technically,
in...
it's not a firearm. It's an energy weapon.
It is still a firearm.
Let's not go there.
I'm Fallout
In
boy.
the D&D mechanics classifications, it's a firearm.
It is an arm that fires, therefore firearm.
Yeah, because for some reason, like D&D Radiant is like super fire.
Yes,
Super hot.
it's holy fire.
Super hot
For
fire.
heretics in holy fire.
Dr. River, do you think you'll use this thing and actually use it in combat?
What's the damage on it?
3d6.
3d6 radiant.
Yeah, so I might as well, so it's not cleric radiant damage.
Okay, I added it to weapons you can use on your character sheet.
Use it before your cantrips get that strong.
Ooh. So you do add your dexterity modifier to the damage.
That seems broken as shit then.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That make really
I thought they made it so the fire. No, that's dark matter. Sorry, dark matter
Yeah, well,
actually
and-
has their
and-
firearms balanced.
and
Yeah.
and retroverse as well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
'cause-
one of my biggest complaints of it.
Which to anybody watching, the player PDF is out for the Retroverse, I think.
Yeah, and drive through RPG, but I'll definitely plug
Plug
that
that
at the
later.
end for
We'll
sure.
plug that later. Yeah, we'll plug
Um,
it later.
Because that's a very big deal
Mhm.
for this channel. Regardless, you all go to take your long rest. I think Wild was about to discuss who should be on watch.
I know that Wild, Perry, and Rowan have all said they'll do watch.
Who will go in the Night's Watch?
I won't
take a
take a
watch.
watch because I know if something interesting happens, Periwinkle will wake up me. So
Still already asleep.
Fuck.
Valgg, I saw 2 snowflakes that were exactly the same.
yeah.
They lied. They lied.
I saw snowflake simulacrum.
I will write with my cartographer's tools a note that says like, "Don't bother me unless you're Periwinkle."
You know what? Fuck it. Give me a sleight of hand check that's proficient.
Oh,
Oh, wake up.
not 20.
Okay,
I
you've
was
seen like I don't think it was really TikTok, but they're like YouTube videos where people do the calligraphy where they like write it perfectly in pen and
Yeah.
script. That's what you do for the sign.
And yet it makes sense. He's a mailman.
Yeah.
I also did mail delivery. I did not have good handwriting.
It's by far the most proper written comment any of you have seen. Periwinkle's probably only seen more like just as good calligraphy on like the sign to Welcome to Candlekeep. But you
Can I
guys didn't
draw
get to go
something
there.
on it?
Maybe when he's asleep.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that when he's sleeping.
All right. So who's on
Just
first
take my
watch?
hand and I did.
Let's let Periwinkle be the first watch.
Okay. Periwinkle, roll me a perception check.
Oh, how good is my perception? Probably not good. 16.
Not bad. All right. So what do you So you're gonna try to draw on Valgg's sign without him
Yeah.
knowing. Give me a stealth check or a sleight of hand.
How good is Harriet? Not. Okay. It would be a 13.
Okay, what is Valgg's passive perception?
Ah,
Yeah.
10.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
What do you draw?
Yeah. I just I take my my hand because I have that special magic tattoo that lets me just draw things with my finger. And I just draw a little periwinkle and I'm like, yay!
Oh, it's adorable.
Well, besides your fun drawing that you got to do, nothing else really happens at your watch, and then you wake up whoever's next.
Oh no, I'm just joking. Yeah,
Look
I'll
what I
wake up
drew.
whoever's next. Look at this.
Ah.
All right, Rowan, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay, Rowan, give me a perception check.
Perception. Perceive.
There are 4 of you going on watch, right? Or is it
3. Just
3?
me, Perry, and Rowan, because River's not, and Lluis, I guess. Valgg isn't.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay. Rowan, you don't really see much of anything, but you're probably a bit disturbed at the zombie who has literally not moved this whole time. He's just been like a sign. There's like a
Rowan's
post
just-
out there.
Yeah,
Just been
Rowan's,
T-posing.
yeah, Rowan's just been watching him occasionally, but her eyes will drift back to just the blizzard and just staring out at it.
Besides that eerie ambiance of the chain rattling slightly on their flail, your watch goes by with no issues.
Right. Wake up Wild and let her know it's her turn.
Oh,
Yep.
that's Wild waking up, I guess.
Yep.
Guess so. All right.
Perception. Tell me, what do your cat eyes see?
Yes.
I see. I just accidentally closed my character sheet.
Yeah, you won't need that when you're playing D&D.
25.
Okay. Around when Rowan wakes you up, around that time, the wind is starting to die down, the snow's starting to die down, and after about 10-15 minutes, it's back to the never-ending night, deathly still night. There's still snow, like in my background, slowly falling, but it's not as bad as what it was before. And that's when you notice in the distance, there's actually a group of somethings moving closer. And you notice this a few hundred feet away. But after a little bit, as they get closer and closer, you see in front of you a bunch of orcs. They have a big banner with them. There seems to be they seem to all have shields and axes and stuff like that, and they're traveling through these wastes. So you notice that there is a leader, another orc in the distance that seems actually bigger than the leader, wider wise. He's got more of a bluish skin tone than the gray that you're used to, because in Faerunian lore, orcs actually have different colors depending on what regions they're from. So the orcs in the more northern, like Spire and beyond, have more of like a grayish skin tone usually. I think normal orcs, like the Sword Coast ones, usually have almost like a tannish color to them, bronze color, if I remember right. In any case, they're definitely native orcs. But the big one that's really wide, you notice that they're missing an eye. There are 6 others with them. One of them is holding up the banner that I mentioned before. And there is another one that is even bigger than the one-eyed orc that I mentioned before. But they are by far the ugliest of them all. They have like the classic, like, big flat tooth and big underjaw. You're just marching hunched over, but they're still towering over everybody. And you notice that on the banner is a crude skull impaled by 3 arrows, painted with dry blood. And you do not need to roll for this because you are a local here. This is definitely orcs from the Many Arrows tribes from up in the mountains. You know that they usually stay up there, but they will come down from the mountains looking for food if it is scarce. And considering how long the winter has been, they probably have been doing this very often.
Mm-hmm. Have they seemed to have noticed us?
Not yet. You have plenty of time to act because of your perception.
Wild will kind of start to rouse people. Like, first start with Rowan, move to Perry, get Perry to wake up Valgg.
Oh, wake up! There's orcs.
Someone also drew on your note.
Periwinkle was here.
No, it's just
Ease
it's
backwards.
A Perry and it says yay. No,
It's not WAS, it's WUZ, Scotty. Come on.
yeah,
I will.
Her father is Patience, but her mother is Serene, so she doesn't know how to read.
She's got the best and the worst.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying you didn't know how to read.
Right. She knows how
That's
to
what
read.
he was saying.
So we lost Saege.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. He let me know ahead of time. You all know he hasn't been feeling very well, but
Yeah.
so he had to bounce.
Okay.
So we'll say he's just in the background for now.
Yeah.
Right.
And Wild just kind of look and just say, they're from the Many Arrows tribe. They might pass us by, they might not, but it's best to be prepared if they notice us.
You have heard mixed, controversial things with them. They have been open to trade in the past, Wild, but they have also been known to kill people and eat them.
Yeah. She's just willing, rather just, if they pass, they pass. If they don't, then that's when they'll talk.
Right.
That is fair. Let's just be ready for them.
Mm.
Exactly.
I will keep the note that Periwinkle drawing like really close to my chest, where I keep the green piece of torn fabric with.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lluis,
It's
why
like
do
your
you
refrigerator.
Lluis, why do you do this? You're setting it up like she's gonna die later.
What?
No,
Don't do this.
I really like this character. This character's the best.
Yes.
Isn't this the best horse, aggro? He's like the best.
stop.
Oh no! Don't do this.
Stop. You
Oh,
wouldn't.
bro.
You wouldn't.
I cried like a motherfucker.
Callie, if Perry dies, we have no way to call patience.
Oh no, he will come a knocking.
I know. Oh, I know.
I was gonna say he wouldn't kill his daughter.
You all just hear like little kids out of nowhere, and you just hear "It's a hard knock life," and he's just there.
Oh yeah. Nobody
Patience
woke up
teleports
River.
in. Patience teleports in. Wild shotguns him because he scared the shit out of her.
Just turns
Oh,
around. What was
oh,
that?
go and wake- I
Anyway,
want to
yes.
go and wake up River.
That said, I would die happy if I got an aggro moment.
Just knock a couple times on the skull on the head. Like, hey, little dragon.
I'm not on watch.
No, but we have inbound.
Did I make an appointment?
So we may fight, we may trade,
Wild,
we may do
wild,
nothing.
wild.
At this
smacks River
point,
in the side of the head with
they're
her
audible.
shotgun, says, get up.
and you hear them like grumbling, mumbling to each other as they're starting to go by. Like
Oh,
you guys are
Oh, you beat
here,
me to it.
and we'll say the compass is like north, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And they're just like going across, and as they get to like the closest point of the apex, you notice one of them is like the one with one eye, ironically enough, is like says something and points down to near where you guys are at. Do any of you know orc?
Nope.
no, because I didn't take the thing.
Come on, Callie.
You know, stupid Sylvan.
I can't be Serene. I'm sorry, I can't be her.
So how long have we been
Oh.
in here?
This would be our sixth
It's
hour.
been 6 hours, I'd say.
So we still got 2 hours of protection.
Mhm.
I would rather not allow them to encircle us rather than. It's better to be prepared, meet them head on, rather than allow them to get dug in.
We don't have to fight them.
Exactly.
Exactly. No. Yeah.
We have something we can trade with them.
You notice they stop, and the war chief's like, "Right, you go, Shuaba." And then the really dumb, big, ugly one is like, "No," and he goes running up into towards where you guys are at, and he goes right past your guys' dome and goes immediately to the dead land shark.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
The headless.
And he like rips off a piece, and the rest of them start to come over. And you notice that they're all looking around, thinking that this might be an ambush of some kind.
All right. Well, let's.
Since it
just
seems
remain-
too oddly convenient that there's just food sitting right here.
Yeah, we'll just let them be.
Sips coffee as he watches.
And the big one's just like, you now, because he's like, I forget how close Prism said you guys would have been to the thing. I don't think you guys were that close, but you would have
I'd
noticed
probably say
by
like 20
now
to 30 feet.
that they're skinny. Like they have muscle, but it's the skinny muscle. So
It's like they just barely have muscle,
yeah,
but no
the
fat.
not healthy kind of muscle. The
Uh,
kind that everyone's like, oh, this is what you want as a bodybuilder. Oh, you want lumberjack. You want to have that carbs.
lumberjack Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, the big one like just takes out a chunk of meat and just starts eating it raw. And the war chief smacks him with the flat end of his axe and starts yelling at him. And he's just like, oh. And
Ogre sound.
and he like takes the piece of meat and he like cuts off pieces and he gives them to him.
Hmm.
As you can see, some like reluctance of like, I can't hate you, you know.
Oh.
And that's when you notice that the big guy is a half ogre.
Hmm.
And they take about an hour or two to about an hour later, and they're still excavating stuff off of this land shark.
Ugh.
And you guys know that if they decide to stick around here, it might be an issue because the bubble won't last forever. They don't seem to have noticed, and as not luckily since Prism made it white and there's like snow covering you guys anyway, it just looks like a snow dune with all the other snow dunes.
So they look like they've not had anything to eat for a while.
Yeah,
And how many are there?
about 10 of them. And the war chief actually has them sit there and they get ready to camp. And they're just like starting to make a fire to cook the meat.
All right. That's
They're
at that
about
point.
50 feet away.
Do they look like they have anything that would be tradable?
Good question. You would notice that the one that has one eye has a bunch of spent little knickknacks and stuff on him. It's carrying a spear. But you do notice that as one of them is starting to make the fire and they're having problems with it, he casts guidance on them. And it makes it a little easier when they do it.
Hmm.
Now that they seem to be setting up a camp, which means they're going to be here for a while, Wild will look to the rest of them and say, I'll step out and see if I can talk with them.
Yeah, we can
Oh.
probably like go there and talk to them.
I'll go with and
Hold on.
see if we can.
I think if we look intimidating enough, they will be
Or
open.
let's not look too intimidating.
Yeah,
let's not try and
look
pick a fight.
let's
I
not
mean,
look
like-
forceful.
Like we can be a
Oh,
challenge, but
oh.
not like we want to fight.
You
Hold on,
notice,
okay.
you notice 4 of them are put onto guard duty, and they're just like slowly patrolling the area.
Before you head out there, let me go out first.
Why?
I have a plan.
Also, I'm surprised I didn't see the zombie.
You
It's
look
probably under
over
a
at the
snowdrift.
zombie, and you see the snowdrift is covering half of it, the half that they are seeing.
Oh, okay. So
And
what
it-
half?
And
what
it
half
literally
would-
hasn't moved, so why would
Would-
they?
Is it the front half he would be seeing, or because like, are we looking at just
one random
One-
angle of it. Probably the front
Uh,
half of it, because River wanted it to guard, so it'd be looking away from you guys.
Right. So all we can see is just zombie ass.
Yeah. And
Oh,
they can
wait.
see like Olaf.
Yes.
I want to walk out, hands to the side, non-threateningly towards them.
All right, as you go to walk out, they're like getting the fire ready and they're starting to cook and stuff. And the half ogre is just like salivating, ready for the cooked meat. And it just like does double take and it sees you and it does like the SpongeBob caveman meme. It's like, you know, as it sees you. And it like picks up its battle axe and looks at you.
I get as close as I can without them, attacking.
And the rest of them go then notice what's going on and they go to get out their weapons. And the orc chief looks at you and says something in Orcish, in an aggravated manner.
I hold up my hands as in, not wanting to attack, and I cast Create Food and Water.
How long does that take?
It should be instant.
What kind of food and water?
It's just a
Yep. The
Concentration.
casting time is 1 action.
Cool. That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
And the reason I ask is because they purposely leave it vague. So if you wanted to make just a giant brick of cheese or something, you could, or you could make a fancy meal.
We're gonna kill them with lactose.
In old school version, it was like a brick of ration and it had no flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ugh.
we're in 5th edition now. You can make it whatever you want. I don't care.
It just creates 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water in random containers. It can feed up to 15 people.
What kind of food do you make? Did you want to just go with the block rations, like I mentioned? Or?
Yeah, the food's bland but nourishing. That's what it says.
Oh, it did keep that. Okay. All right.
You're thinking of Create Feast, Scotty.
Heroes Feast.
Heroes
Yeah,
Feast,
Heroes
yeah.
Feast.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
They
cast
actually
it-
get
Heroes Feast is nice, but it costs way too much for what it does.
Yeah, and we're a ways
Yeah.
off from that anyways.
In any case, River, you go to cast that, and it's the equivalent of Skyrim when you empty out your inventory and you had a bunch of cheese, and you just like the ration bars just like blah, 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 and they just
Oh
appear everywhere.
no, that's 500 sweet rolls. Thank you.
They're like sweet roll size ration bricks.
I cast
They
it in front of me.
probably have your face imprinted on them.
Anyway, I cast that and I step back, like with hands outreached towards it, offering it to them.
One of them was getting ready to throw a javelin, and the chief like signals them to stop, and he was like, "What would be a good name? You know what? Fucking Bruce Hunto." And then the big dumb guy just goes over, and he's just reluctant.
To show that it's not safe, I reach and take a bite of one of the rations.
Did he sort of stuff an entire ration in his mouth?
When he goes to like pick up more, and he's like looking at you, and the chief like sees that you definitely are in peace. This wasn't a trick; it wasn't like an illusion or something. And he lowers his weapons, and you can tell he commands the rest of them to do the same. And they go to get the food, and he like nods to you, River.
And so the blizzard's like, gone now, so we could just skedaddle.
The one-eyed, yeah, you can. The one-eyed one, though, he still looks at you with an evil eye, like he doesn't like you.
Well, he can't look at me with any other kind of eye.
He only has one. Can't look at you with evil eyes.
There's something supernatural about the one eye he does have. But in any case,
We're heading out.
Sure.
Did we finish our rest? We should probably do that.
yeah, if you move now, you would not complete your rest.
True, yeah.
We'll
Yeah, let's
say
finish our rest.
coincidentally, this is when your hut disappears and just poof, a little bit of the
Well,
stone top just.
If our hut disappears, then we finished our rest.
Yeah.
The hut lasts for the entire rest.
For the sake of convenience, you finished your rest. The hut disappears, poof, and then that's when they notice the rest of you.
Hi.
Guys, just get our stuff, and let's mosey on around.
Yep,
Off.
Rowan's packing up.
War Chief
Yeah.
War Chief looks over at Valgg and says, "Head. Good trophy. Good kill." And comment to Valgg, since
I
Valg's
will-
carrying the head.
Yeah, I will walk a little bit towards the chief.
Mhm.
One,
You notice
I
the
will-
one-eyed one stands right next to him with their spear, but they do let you approach.
and I will try to like Captain America split the head off, jaw and skull in front of him and give him the jaw.
Strength check.
Wait, strength check.
Yeah. With my
like,
poor drum roll.
Like athletics or
Just strength plus d20.
okay. 16.
Okay. And you pull off the lower part of the jaw.
And I will give it to him. And say, friend,
But indeed.
in Dwarvish, why not?
In Dwarvish?
Or in Sylvan. No, in Sylvan. That's my mother tongue, yeah.
He repeats it back in a very crude, heavily accented manner. But it's like I'd say the word was Skudolvin. He goes, Skudolvin?
And I will tap his chest.
Skudolvin.
I will not.
Skudolvin, he says to you.
I will not again. And then turn around.
All right, let's get going.
And
See,
rough.
Do they have... I'm trying to see if they actually have anything. Good thing you switched out of Dwarven, by the way.
Yeah.
They would have clubbed the shit out of us for that.
I mean, yeah, for some reason, like, Dwarven comes before Sylvan in my language
Because
proficiency.
it's alphabetical.
Yeah. And I was like, wait a second, Sylvan, it's more like my thing. Because I forget I'm a Fae. Yeah.
Okay, well...
I thought you were a horse.
Well,
Alright.
yeah, kind of like,
So you all head on your way, and you start heading towards East Haven. And
Would have defrosted the zombie.
oh, you don't even get to defrost the zombie. You kind of forgot about him as you're moving, and he just moves out of the snow. You hear like the cracking and stuff of him, like frozen parts just start moving again. And let's see what direction. You guys will be coming from the east. So you start heading west. And in the distance, after a few days of travel, we get some Lord of the Rings montage music. You see, finally, some civilization. Not much of it, but it's there. Oh yeah, that's right. You would notice as you're coming into East Haven that a crowd has gathered in front of Town Hall. Town Hall. I know words. Would you all go towards the crowd, see what's going on, or you don't have to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might as
we do
well.
have to. We do have to talk to the speaker as well.
Ooh,
I
maybe
would
there's a
run right
public
towards it.
execution.
Okay. Funny you mentioned that. The crowd goes to gather in front of Town Hall to watch a public execution.
It's funny because I know what this execution is because I had it spoiled by someone.
And here we have the public execution of Dazan. The evil wizard Dazan.
Oh no.
Recognized and arrested for his crimes that he's inflicted upon us Dale folk. He's been bound to the stake and gagged, as you can see before you. Member of the militia then used torches to light the straw tucked under his feet. Fanned by the wind, the fire catches quickly. Dazan does not struggle or scream as he's quickly engulfed in flames. Bundled up spectators move closer to the human bonfire, eager to feel its warmth. And
We, like, would-
that
No.
is where we're ending it for the day.
I
Wow.
mean, he's kind of a douchebag.
You don't know what
What?
crimes he committed.
Yeah, that's
We'll
what I
ask
would
that-
like
we'll
to
ask that
know.
next time.
We'll find out next time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we can always ask him.
Yeah, Scotty,
He's
that's the
gagged.
picture I had sent to me by one of my friends. Like, oh, you're playing Icewind Dale. This is really nice art. And then I saw the name and I'm like, you piece of shit. I know this. I just met this character.
What'd you say, Rowan?
I was gonna say we can't ask him. He's bound and gagged
Yeah,
And on fire.
and on
yeah,
fire.
but we can ask him when they're done with him.
I
Oh,
don't
right.
think there'll be much of him left after they're done with him.
Yeah, you need a
Yeah.
mouth for speak with the
Doesn't-
dead.
You need a body. You need a body in order to cast it on, and if he's ashes, it
Yeah.
won't matter.
And doesn't immolation kind of carbonizes you.
He's not going to get hot enough to turn to ash.
You look
I
over.
mean-
You look over at the at the public execution, and somebody adds more wood to the fire.
I would assume they'd add oil fish to it.
Yeah, the oil fish should make him go up like a freaking Roman candle.
Hi! Did somebody say they got an oil fish? Throw it onto the pyre! Yeah!
Like tomatoes and lettuce.
Yeah. People
But
are just
oil
smacking
fish.
him. People are smacking him in the face with fish that they're just throwing at him.
Do any of you throw an oil fish? The oil fish into
No.
the fire? Okay. Then somebody else in the crowd is like, fine. And they just coincidentally thought they were talking about them, and they throw an oil fish into the fire, and it kind of does like a hillbilly, like bonfire throwing gasoline into the
Oh, I know
bonfire
that.
explosion.
Oh, please tell me it also shakes the ground.
It does.
'Cause fun fact, I have lit a copious amounts of gasoline and bushes on fire, and it genuinely shakes the ground when you light it up.
And
Why,
ashes
though?
fill the sky
I throw a dog biscuit.
as black snow descends onto everybody, and you just notice most of the locals are just
What's
Yeah.
wrong with everyone?
okay, and that's where we're
That-
doing. Okay, so plugs. Dazan, you're on fire. Okay. Wild, what plugs you got?
Well, you can find me on my channel at Fraction Moon D&D, where our next game should be on Sunday, at 12:30 p.m. EST, where we will be playing Masks, followed by Lancer. So come check that out. It's pretty fun. It's a great time. After that, I think the next one Callie is going to plug, so I'll leave that to her. Could just come check me out, Fraction Moon D&D.
Okay, cool. Then I guess we'll go over to Callie, aka Periwinkle. What do you got going on?
Hello, I'm Cap Callie on Twitter. You can follow me there. Sometimes I post art. I've been a little busy lately, so maybe I'll post something later actually, because I actually did some art this weekend.
It was
Um,
sad.
It was sad. Speaking of sad, Retroverse Vaccine is on this channel at 7:30 on Friday. This Friday, I believe it is. Today's the 6th, so tomorrow's the 7th, the 8th of October. It's going to be sad, and I already know it's going to be sad because I've been talking to some people about it, and we're gonna make it sad.
Oh, I need to talk to some
so-
people about it. I don't have a character for that game.
Yeah, you should talk to people about it because I've been talking to people about it. You should watch that. And then on Vax's channel, Fracture Moon D&D, next Tuesday at 8 o'clock is our game Unwritten. It's a fairy tale game about bunch of kids just wanting their happily ever after. Met a hot werewolf last time with a scar.
I slept in the same bed as her.
Nice.
That definitely happened.
I bet it was very warm.
Between the cat girl and the wolf girl, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a fun time, and it goes off the rails almost all the time, unless like I'm sitting there like no, but even if I do that, it does. So
You
so
can't
check
stop
that
us.
out. I
Yeah.
literally cannot stop them. It's a train just going off the rails. Anyway, that's it for me.
Nice. Hey, Dr. River, KMF, you got anything going on?
Nothing going on, but to quote our local equine about this scene we just ended the game on, that's hot.
Nice. And last but not least, Jan, aka Rowan, what do you got going on?
All right,
I
hey
forgot
everybody.
Lluis.
Lluis. Yeah, Lluis first.
Oh, you want? Okay. My apologies. I don't know why I was just going by the cameras. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Lluis, what do you got going
camera
on?
today? So I do a lot of art, like a lot. So you can check me out on social media. I'm like almost everywhere except Facebook. Then check me out on Facebook. Like
Facebook isn't even on Facebook anymore.
yeah, who doesn't like who does?
Facebook got canceled like 15 times in the last week.
Okay, so that's fine. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, check me out. But like, so Scotty here has been like DMing for me every single Wednesday for 2 years, giving me like the highlight of the week nonstop. So you should absolutely hear him out when he does the plagues and support him.
Oh, thanks. And then I guess we'll go to Jan. There you go, Jan. What do you got going on?
Hello, everybody. January Silence here yet again. I am, follow me as that pretty much everywhere, January_Silence, except for on DM's Guild, where I post homebrew under the Sphinx Library label. We're still working on artwork for the Veil Strider Ranger, trying to figure out some stuff because you girl fell in love with the character, the artwork they were going to use for the character, so we're trying to revamp that for the cover. It will go up hopefully sometime within the next 2 months, and also look forward to a new Cleric domain coming up, the Change domain. For all of you who aren't really comfortable with where you are now physically and want to try something a little bit different and help other people maybe figure out a few things that are different. We're going to have, well, of course, really cool spell list, a really awesome channel divinity that I'm so glad I got right on the first try. And I'm trying something new in this one, new spells.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I know this isn't fully the theme you're going for, but will you be able to do anything like make your arm a tentacle or something?
If you pick the right spells, you can.
Oh, cool.
Actually, no. You can still do that with just the general features. One of your features lets you. It works in tiers. You're getting in pieces. This was actually Chandra's, aka Vex's idea. You essentially get Alter Self piecemeal as your features as you go up.
Cool.
And so you can finally just cast it almost pretty much at will.
That's very useful.
Yeah, so yeah, you can just turn your arm into a tentacle if you want to. And I have a spell that'll let you have acid blood like a xenomorph, or barbs can shoot out of your like skin to keep people from grappling you. It's like a better version of Alter Self, this spell. And of course, I've also got one that'll let you switch people's bodies.
Ooh.
Mhm.
That's bringing some 3rd edition psionics there.
Oh yeah. And also check out my cover artist at Burger Mama on Twitter. BURRGER is how you say that. She makes amazing work, has been doing some really cool stuff for this fantasy prompt for this month. Not only that, but check out Backed Channel 1, BATCH Channel 1 over on YouTube, where you can see myself, occasionally Vex, and Saege and Lluis trying out Mage Hand Press's Dark Matter campaign, where we're basically Guardians of the Galaxy, but we're all a bunch of weirdos. We're trying to save time and space. It's really fun.
Yeah, like way more queer.
Oh yeah, way more queer. in the best possible way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Come if you want to see a pair of disaster lesbians and a giant bug and squid making out in a hot tub in a nightclub.
Don't forget a pole dance on a flower.
Yeah, you pole dance on a flower in one of our most recent sessions. It was the best. This campaign is so much fun.
The squid and bug making out in a nightclub is like one of the most dark matter things I think I've heard.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's the best. Lluis, didn't you do art for that, Lluis?
Yeah, it's like on the edge of safe for workness.
Yeah, I was
so-
about to say, is that on Patreon? Or...
I mean, it's a squid, so
Mm-hmm. It's a
Mhm.
squid and a scathari.
yeah.
But,
Not a squid in a game, is it?
No.
No.
But in any case, we started mentioning it earlier in the session, so I'll do that as my plug now. Retroverse's third test wave is now live, and this is the very first one that you are actually able to get even if you didn't back the Kickstarter a few years ago, which is very useful. We have a lot of people on our Lasers and Liches Discord that have been asking for years, where can I buy it? Where can I buy it? Where can I buy it? Well, now they can in Drive-Thru RPG, the Player's Mix. And it has everything that came before and more. I think you can play as robots now, synthetics. If you want to play as the brave little toaster, you can play as a brave little toaster, which I think is really awesome and gave me a few character ideas.
They also added
Yeah.
some subclasses to the apogee and the glitch hunter as well.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if the brave little toaster takes a bath?
I'm sure he's waterproof. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You would have planned for that accommodation. The
And also for those who
yes.
I was gonna say also for those who haven't got a chance to see any of the new stuff that's come out in the new one, we have subclasses for the core classes in D&D, save the Artificer. And I would really want to try out the Ether Vandal. Basically, just play. What was the name of that game?
I can tell you exactly how it plays because I played it already in a campaign a while ago.
Nice.
Thank you. It's honestly genuinely one of his best classes I think he's ever made.
I remember what the title of the game was. Jet Set Radio. It's Jet
Yes.
Set Radio
Ooh.
with a little bit of Link Between Worlds for the level cap ability.
Never played Jet Set Radio, but I always like the aesthetic.
Oh yeah, and the music is really good.
Mm-hmm. But in any case, so that will be Retroverse. This will be. I'm saying this is very, very early. Like this is plans like 2022. But this channel will eventually be running a bunch of one shots with this new Retroverse Players Mix. So
Nice.
if you're interested in that, let me know on Twitter, and I'll see what we can get situated for you. It will be during our Friday 7:30 p.m. slot. And the plan is every week, or at least every few weeks, we would have a brand new one shot. Most of them probably won't be made by me from scratch. They'll be from Cynical Socks's Patreon, his one-shots that he used to make. Because I do have quite a collection of those that I've been wanting to try out. On that note, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for commenting in Twitch. I know sometimes I don't get to see it because I'm busy DMing, but it means a lot to see you commentate on our shenanigans. And thanks again, and we'll see you all next Wednesday.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Stay warm.